Welcome to Just Listen for a delightful new album by American pianist Gerald Clayton called Bells on Sand. Clayton is joined by several excellent musicians on this album, and together they have created an exciting musical journey. Bassist John Clayton, Gerald's father, plays on most tracks on the album, just like drummer Justin Brown as well. There are 3 solo piano performances and a duet with no less than tenor saxophone immortal Charles Lloyd, who is also a long-time mentor of Gerald Clayton. Most compositions are by Gerald Clayton himself, and they are quite varied. The opening, Water's Edge, features terrific bowed bass play by John Clayton, who is well known for this exquisite technique. Epic cymbal and percussion play by drummer Justin Brown moves the performance even further into jaw-dropping territory. Gerald Clayton plays more retracted at first, but takes over the melody in the second half, showing right from the opening track his poetic style framed by well-thought chord harmonies. Bells on Sand is the second album by Gerald Clayton for Blue Note label, following his debut live release titled Happening live at Village Vanguard. A fantastic album, check it out, it's quite different from Bells on Sand. The duet with Charles Lloyd brings a different perspective in Gerald Clayton's compositional and performance skill. Though overshadowed by the monumental musical appearance of Lloyd, well, who wouldn't be? Clayton plays joyfully, in simple lines accompanying the beautiful Lloyd's improvisation. The track is called Peaceful Invocation, and it is also the longest track, at 8 minutes. Next composition, Det Roy, has a catchy piano 4 notes play at its core, and the whole melody swirls around it. Clayton said the melody in this composition is like a shape swimming around, but stuck in one place, never really breaks free. It is a short 2-minute tune. The most haunting performance, for me at least, of all on the album is Just a Dream. It is carried by extraordinary vocal performance by Portuguese singer Mariana Brito de Cruz Forjas Seca, known professionally as Maro. Her ethereal, effortless singing is accompanied by only Clayton's piano, but you need to hear it to believe how large and beautiful is the world they create. This is my highlight on the album for sure.
Alas, I've lost another, alone and longing lover.
Talented Maro sings on one more track on the album. Singing in similar style, it doesn't achieve the majesty of the previous composition, but it is still well worth listening to. This piece, titled, translates to Above You Only Flowers. It was written by the Catalan composer Federico Mompou, whom Gerald Clayton keeps in very high regard. Clayton says each musician on the album presents different axes of time, meaning how his father John Clayton and Charles Lloyd present new views on his past. Justin Brown, the drummer, is the sign of the present as his friend and musical brother, as he calls him, while Portuguese singer Maro represents the future and is part of the next generation. In an interview, Gerald Clayton reflects on his childhood in Los Angeles, listening to Oscar Peterson while building Legos.
So all the music that my father played and all the records that he had at the house, like Oscar Peterson and Ray Brown, I loved those records when I was a kid. I was maybe 8 years old, sitting in my room playing with Legos and listening to Oscar Peterson and Clark Terry. So I think that it wasn't a shift. It was just, it was pretty natural. I always sort of wanted to play that music.
Explaining the title of the album, Mr. Clayton said, "I like thinking of the bell as the human voice, the song within us, as well as the message, the feeling the emotion behind the song that we sing. Sand references to ever-changing landscape, the shifting nature of the ground we stand on. We ring our bells and sing our songs while the sand underneath us move. We are always in flux, shaped by nature's elements, sun and moon, water and wind. The album concludes with a solo piece written by Gerald's uncle, Jeff Clayton, a gospel uplifting performance. The tune is called "There is Music Where You're Going, My Friends." Best thing to do after you finish listening to this album for the first or second time is to just play it again. What a beautiful album. Also worth mentioning, if you haven't listened to previous albums by Gerald Clayton, I can highly recommend them, especially Bond Paris Session, issued in 2011, and Two Shade from 2009, both on MRC label. Great music on these albums. A link to SONGWHIP will take you directly to Bells on Sand on major streaming platforms. Thank you for watching.